Hello, this video is going to cover the functionality that lives within the origin and destination information fields within the iOS Survey HD application. You can certainly do the data entry right from this field here just by touching the screen and getting your cursor into the appropriate field you want to do the data entry for. However, as mentioned in previous videos, I do encourage any new user to access the detail of that section to do their data entry. You're going to access the detail by hitting the little I next to the section that you want to access. In this case, I'm going to touch the I next to origin information. What it does is it pulls up all of my origin info and the different areas I can go in and edit. The origin info field says no data. That's because we don't have an origin address in there. In order to enter an origin address in, just touch the screen on no data. And what it does is it pulls up an address field. From there, I'm going to go ahead and put in the address. So I put in 455 Maple. I do want to go ahead and put in a city, state, and zip, or if you already know the zip because you're at origin, you can enter in the zip code here, hit the lookup address button, and as long as you have an internet connection, it will automatically look up the origin, city, and state that is relative to that zip code. By touching that, it's automatically going to put that in there. The Take Me Here button that you see at the bottom of that field will load that address into the Maps functionality that lives within the iPad. From there, it can route you turn-by-turn directions from wherever you're sitting to that origin address for that customer. To leave this screen, all you have to do is hit the origin button in the upper left and it takes you back to this field here. Below the origin address, there's a field for Add New Location. This would be used for adding things like extra pickups to the shipment. By hitting Add New Location, the field is going to work very much the same as your origin field. The difference here is that you get to name this field. I could name this an extra stop, I could name it a mini storage, whatever I need to, but you can put that information in there in the exact same way. By doing that data entry, what it's going to do is it's automatically going to build in the cost per your tariff for that extra pickup. It will automatically add additional mileage too based on the zip 3. Below that, you have Add New Phone Number. To add a new phone number, just touch the screen on Add New Phone. You're going to touch where it says phone at the top to get your cursor into that field and go ahead and punch in the number. Once the number's in there, you're going to need to select the type of number that it is. Is it a home phone number? Is it a mobile number? So what you're going to do is where it says please select, touch the screen there, and then select the type of number that it is. It puts a little check mark next to the number or the type so that you know what is selected. By hitting the new phone button in the upper left, it takes me back. By hitting the origin button in the upper left, it takes me back. Now I've added a phone number. This is also where you're going to find any of your origin accessorials. This is one of a few different places within the application that you're going to find these. I will cover the accessorials at a later section or later video. However, you do have access to all of those in here right now. You also have access to third party, and I want to be very clear about what third party does. If you're operating in a van line system, this is a great way for you to designate on the inventory that you're providing to maybe a booking agent what the third party services are that are required for that move. I want to be clear as well, this field does not price those third party services. It just allows you to designate those services as a service that the customer is going to want, either at origin or under the destination field at destination. So I'd encourage you to get in here and explore the different types of third-party services that are in there. Also, when adding a third-party service, so I'll go back into that ski machine there that I've just added. After you've added it, you can touch the item and then you can make notes on that ski machine. So in this case, if it's a Nordic track, whatever type of brand it is, you can go ahead and note that in there. That way, third party has an idea of what they're getting into. So that covers your origin field. One of the other fields that I want to look at here while we're under origin, and I'm just going to touch anywhere outside the screen to leave that window. You can see here that it populates all my origin data. One of the other fields that I want to look at here under origin is that little camera icon next to origin. That's your camera button, and it's going to activate the camera on the device. From here, once you hit that, you want to go ahead and take a new picture. This is going to allow you to take a photo and document what origin looks like for the driver. Maybe there's a long driveway, low-hanging trees, low power lines, things like that that you want to document that may make loading difficult or truck access difficult. You can certainly do that. So if I hit Take New Picture, it's going to activate the camera on my device. Here's a screenshot. Hit the little round button at the bottom, hit Use Photo. Now that picture is going to be associated to the origin address when you sync that inventory back into QuickMove. The destination field works very much the same as origin. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the little I next to destination where it says destination, no data. I'm going to touch the screen there. I'm really going to repeat the process here. So under city and state, since maybe I know where the customer is going but they don't have a home yet, I can just type in the city, the state, and then once I have that in there, I can hit look up address. Once again, through the internet, it's going to go ahead and look up the address for, or I'm sorry, the zip code for Foster City. And I hit that zip code and it automatically populates the field for me. I can add new phone numbers the exact same way. If there's an extra stop at destination, I can add a new location or an extra stop in the exact same way. It is every bit the same as origin. You're just on the reverse end of the process. Now, the camera button for destination works the same way. And one of the other things that I want to point out here is that now that I have two zip codes in the system, the Zip3 mileage guide is built into the application. So what it's going to go ahead and do under your mileage field, under move information, you can see that my mileage is 2411. It's automatically looking up that mileage and adding that mileage in for pricing purposes. So that's how both your origin and destination information fields work.